Making my Korean parents' first Dominican breakfast. First, I cut some red onions into rings and added salt and vinegar and let it sit. Then I oiled my hands to protect from sticky stains and cut the ends of green plantain and score them along the seams and peeled them. You can also use a spoon to peel these. I cut it into halves and another halves sideways and in the water. I added a generous amount of salt and started boiling on high heat. Then I cut some Dominican salami. I personally like cutting it a bit thick. This salami reminds me of Korean sausages, but better. I cut some cheese for frying into 1/2 inch thickness. Then I made freshly squeezed orange juice to go with the breakfast. I also cut up some avocados to serve it later. I added olive oil in a pan and added the onion mixture, then cooked with the lid on for a few minutes. I didn't want to cook too much because I want some crunchiness. I added a generous amount of avocado oil in a pan and fried the salami to nice brown color. These look divine. And drain the fat on a rack. They turn darker as they sit, so you don't want to cook too dark. I pat dry the cheese to remove moisture, which helps to make it crispier. Then I fry them up with a good amount of oil. If the oil is too hot, it will burn and the inside wouldn't get melted, but if too cold, it won't be crispy. Taking my lactate pills to devour this beauty.
진짜 맛있다.
Now the plantain is cooked and soft. I think I left it a little too long due to filming, so the color is browner than I like. I drained the water but saved some for later. I added some butter and some onion pickle juice and started mashing it. Then I added some plantain cooked water to make it thinner and smoother, and tasted it and seasoned with some salt. Don't want to make it too salty because salami and cheese are very salty. For the eggs, I cracked them into a generous amount of pretty hot oil, then poured oil over the eggs with a large spoon so the yolk gets slightly covered with the white and the edges are crispy. I arranged everything on a platter, added some pickled onion on top of mangú. Here's a national breakfast of the Dominican Republic, Los Tres Golpes, which means 3 hits. Watch the next video to see mom and dad enjoying this.